Okay, so this whole question about whether or not the hearing was public or non-public kind of bugged me because there's a lot of argument about it. The argument just goes on and on and on. So I decided to look at it myself and see what uh, what I could find out. And what I gathered was that by default, all court cases in Indiana are public, right? So if you do a query that says which court cases in Indiana are public or who can attend court cases in Indiana, it's going to tell you the general public, right? Because that's the question that you asked. But if you ask the question a different way, you get different answers. Um, so apparently, so you think, okay, so there might be court cases where the judge would say this is sensitive information and I don't want this to be a public hearing. This because this is private or this is confidential information or whatever. So the judge has the power to make, uh, I guess, certain court cases, especially like when they involve children or whatever, private, right? And it appears to be the way that they do it is, and I'll show you. I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to show you because I don't want you, I don't want anybody like jumping on me about it. You can just look it up yourself and come to your own conclusion. So there's a way that they do it. There's a way that they make them private. So I looked after doing that. I did that on Google. Then I went to the docket and I looked at the docket. Okay, so when this when this when this hearing was scheduled, right? So there was an entry up here, and then so it's rescheduled to 11/22, and then presents the hearing here as on 11/22, right, which is when the hearing was. And the first thing is that I think Anya said that the judge never heard their case and that um, the judge never even heard their case and, whatever. But when I look at the journal for the hearing, it says that uh, a request for continuance motion was sustained, right? So that's a judicial activity. Uh, the court sets, um, parties by agreement, request a continuance, motion sustained. Court set this matter for 1/10/25, blah, blah, blah. Okay. This was at the 11/22 hearing now. The judicial officer was Nicholas L. South Sr., who happens to be the chief judge of that court. So, um, you know, so maybe he did hear something, maybe he didn't hear anything or whatever, but he did sign a continuance motion. So, as far as public and private go, this stuck out at me right here. The 11/22 hearing on the comment. Senior Judge South on all pending matters, right? If there's one matter or there's two matters, doesn't matter if they're in that hearing, in camera. So what you need to do is go to Google and Google in camera, or like what does in camera mean in law, in legally, right? And once you get the answer to that, you will understand that this judge made this a private, non-public hearing. Right. So JJ missed this. He looked up. He said he did his due diligence and looked it up, and he made a big splash. That's the way to, whatever. So that's the way to make an entrance, JJ, blah, blah. Oh yeah, he did his due diligence. He missed this part in camera. Okay. So on 110, it's been set for 110.25, right? Continued, right? Guess what's going to happen on 110? Senior Judge South on all pending matters in camera. The updated scheduling, the next day in court, January the 10th, is also in camera. So that's what was missed. So it was private. It wasn't public. And that, I think that's the end of that conversation. Somebody let JJ know what if you figure out what in camera is and how that makes it private, then let JJ know about that.